Hi, I'm Dr. Benjamin Shadwick with Ruth's Choice, and this is another episode of Ruth's Torah Gleaning. Glad you could be here. Today's Torah portion is called Toldot, which means generations, and it's found in Genesis 25:19 through Genesis 28:9. And we know part of this reading is the story of Esau and Jacob. And many people in the church, many Christians believe that Jacob stole Esau's birthright, when actually what happened, if you look at verse 25:33, he bought the birthright. And the thing is, Esau was a person that didn't seem to care much of the things that are spiritual. He was more of a physical guy, a hunter, and someone that just wanted to go and just, was tough and didn't really care so much about the things of God. And whereas Jacob was totally the opposite. He didn't care much about other things. He was totally more about spiritual and blessings. And so he could see this opportunity and he took it. So he got the birthright in a legal way, you could say. He bought the birthright. And he was hungry for God. And we know that later that it was Jacob who wrestled with the angel. And he wrestled with the angel because he wanted more of God. And he said, I will not let you go until you bless me. And so Jacob was a person that wanted more of God. Now, we think of generations again, and we think about we right now, you and I, are alive. Right now, this is our living years. There's an old song, kind of a rock and roll song, by a group called Mike and the Mechanics. And in that song, one of the verses said, we are in the living years. And I just think that's a very interesting thing, because you think about all the generations, all the scores and scores and scores of generations that have gone on since history began, and we are the people that are alive. This is our generation. And there's a point to that right there. And that is, if you're alive right now, and of course you are if you're watching this, then maybe there's someone you've wronged. Maybe someone that's wronged you. Now is the time to correct it. Now is the time to go and make things right, to amend things while you're alive in the living years. Because when you're gone or they're gone, there is no more chance. So don't give up. Don't let that opportunity pass you by. And also, finally, in Psalms 24, verse 6, it says, this is the generation of Jacob, those that seek God's face. And it's interesting because I believe that this is the terminal generation, or the generation that will be alive, the living people that will be alive when Yeshua comes, when Jesus comes back to earth. Now, of course, some of us will pass away. People are dying every day. But basically what I'm saying is this generation is the final generation. And how exciting that is to think about it and to realize. And so that means that we are that verse in Psalms 24, verse 6, the generation of Jacob. Now, what does that mean? Think about it. So many times in Christianity and in Judaism as well, people have lived for God. They've lived trying to obey God. You know, the little song that says, trust and obey, there's no other way. So people that are good spend their lives trying to do good, trying to obey God, trying to follow God. Like He is the shepherd, we are His sheep, we follow Him and try to please Him. But now we're in a place where there's even more. There's more to think about, and that is to be in the very presence of God. And that opportunity is there for us. It's there for you. It's there for me. That if we are hungry enough, if we are sick enough for God's love, then we can strive for it. We can seek Him with all of our heart. And He says in His Word, if we seek Him with all of our heart, then truly we'll find Him. So I pray today that that's what you decide. That if you're not already doing it, that you decide right now that I'm going to seek God with all my heart. He is going to be the first place of my life. Everything else will come second, third, last, whatever. But God is going to be first. I will seek Him with all my heart. I pray that's what you find and that's what you do. And I pray that you have a good week. In the mighty name of Yeshua, God bless.